Well, hello everybody, and happy Saturday. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful day here in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's why a lot of us come here to live. If you're new to my channel, consider on subscribe to my channel. Today is just a little bit of a story telling Saturday. Actually, it's more of reflecting on the year of, a little over a year on this pandemic. I cover a lot of unemployment. I'm on top of PUA here, particularly in Nevada, and stimulus and latest trending news, along with some storytelling. Just wanted to let everybody know who you're subscribing to. So, for you people who just subscribe and my old subscribers, hello, and hopefully you'll continue on to this video. This might be a little longer video than normal. I just thought about how we should just pause for a little bit and reflect on, wow, unemployment. Gig workers, have you ever thought that we would collect money from the government? I mean, unless you paid into unemployment. It was amazing. So I'm just going to sit back. Hopefully you'll enjoy this story. Stay tuned. I think you're going to like it. And by the way, if you missed my video yesterday, I talked about today, there's not much you can do as far as PUA. It's a maintenance, and hopefully you've gotten an email with ID me, PUA, ID me. If you got it, go ahead and get on. Look at my playlist. I want you to enjoy the story first, and I have some description on how to exactly get on. If you haven't gotten an email, relax. Watch my video yesterday on the playlist. It tells you not to panic. But again, we're under maintenance, so how about a better day, just a little bit who you're subscribing to, and a little bit about, I'd like to hear from you guys in your comments after this story. All right, so here we go. I want to start, if I could, when this happened. You know, we originally heard it was you know, this virus came from the lab in China, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, my first thoughts was, wow. In my mind, I didn't tell my family, could this come here? You know, back in my mind, I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, it possibly could. You know, I was at the gym. As you know, I'm a personal trainer, training clients, and we discussed it briefly. Anyhow, moving forward, around March, I guess 12th or 13th, I also was doing a little bit of Lyft driving on the side, and you know, people were starting to get worried and discussing discussing what could happen, and not to worry until it actually came here. Then we heard about the one individual in Seattle, and in the nursing home, and then the rest is history. So this video is not to bring us down, it's to bring us up. But I'm just want to recover how my thoughts in my head, and I'd like to hear from you guys on your thoughts in the comments below. It'd be great to how we can react to this. First of all, if you're watching this video, if you lost loved ones, friends, neighbors, let's just take a second. My heart's and prayers to you, as I've lost relatives. So we'll just take a second. Now, so we are strong, right? we're human, and if we lost anybody, I know if I passed, I would want to my family, friends, strangers, to continue on, because that's what we do, right? What do? We have to continue, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, and we get through this, right? One way or another. Doesn't matter what your political view is, the red or the blue, white, Hispanic, Chinese, African American, Italian, whatever. We are all one, right? And it's good to have disagreements, but it comes down to we are one and we are strong. So anyhow, interesting year. So I don't know about, I think most of us would agree, it just felt like it was just taking forever. So it started right around St. Patrick's Day, and as you know, or maybe you don't know, I live in Las Vegas from New Jersey. So when it first happened, going back to discussing, and then all of a sudden you hear about it is in the States, the president comes on, Trump, and all of a sudden you hear that it's just rapidly growing, and then you start hearing, I remember at first, at first it was like, well, was it Tom Hanks maybe? Oh, and then it was, you know, it was first people getting it, then it was, ooh, wow, you know, so movie stars, right? And then all of a sudden it got to be where, well, it was my aunt, or it was the neighbor, or it was, you know, it was starting to get scary. And a lot of people won't admit to this, but I will. I am a survivor of cancer, and not that I'm Superman at all, but once you know, yes, I had cancer, and it was close to death, once you have something like that, you just, I don't know, it changes. You're not worried as much. Yes, you worry. I worry. But you just, you know, the reason I was wearing a mask was for you guys, for my family and stuff, you know. Otherwise, I just believe, I'm not going to get into the religion part. Non-religion, doesn't matter, but, you know. But anyhow, but it did cross my mind, and so we're going to fast forward. I like to jog a lot. Miles. It's just what I like to do. And so it was right around, right before Easter, I'm jogging, and everything here in Vegas is just closed. There's like one car every 5 cars. There wasn't even supposed to be people out unless you had to go for food. And I stopped, and it hit me. It actually hit me, and I was like, just for 10 minutes, to be honest, I was like, wow, could this be it? It crossed my mind, and I'm sure it's crossed a lot of your, I'm sorry, excuse me, it crossed your mind. You know, this stuff just crossed in my mind. You know, is this it? Are we going to just all eventually pass on? This is it, the 2020? You know, it's not like an asteroid coming down, but are we just going to be all contagious, and most of us are all going to die? And doesn't matter what kind of shape you're in or how, you know, even though it was older people. And I continued jogging, and you know, had this tear in my eye. And I'm thinking, just reflecting on the ones that passed in my life, and I said, well, I got to, you know, you got to be strong, right? You know, man, got to be strong for your family. So continued my jog and got back, and then took the news on, and then that day it just got worse. And you got Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx, I think her name was, and they're all on TV, and I'm watching news like most of us was, and you try not to, and it was just so depressing. And how many people were dying in nursing homes, and then, you know, what newscaster had it, and then there was the political year, and how we were just getting torn apart and separated, and I hate to use that word, and all this other, I'm not going to get into in this video, was happening. And I said, I just can't watch anymore. You know, you couldn't help to turn it on to see if it was getting better, but it was just getting worse and worse. It was just like a cancer. So I like to hear your thoughts. You know, I remember real quickly, before I want to hear your thoughts, is driving down the strip with my wife in my Jeep, and normally on any day of the week, particularly a weekend, between the Venetian Casino, there's a lot of traffic. There was hardly anybody. I was able to park my Jeep. There was some security there protecting the casinos. Park the Jeep, take a video for YouTube for 10 minutes, and just nobody. I mean, actually, right in front, if you've been to Las Vegas, right on the strip, and take a video. It's heartbreaking seeing people on bikes, and just hardly any smiles on the face. You know, those kind of things, it reflects. And then, you know, of course, the face masks. Do they work? Not work? And got into some of those in my video. To this day, we don't know. But so I took this as, you know, is when I started my YouTube channel. And some of you will see how, we'll go back to the POA, and then the POA came, and how it was implemented in state of Nevada. Just took forever, like a lot of states, but Nevada was such smaller, not experienced like back east states. It was just take forever. So I said, well, how can I have a voice, right, and get this started? Somebody has to do it, right? And I contacted state legislators, news, and Fox, CNN, and then they got back to me. And I got on, I think, 3 local news channels here. Channel 13 here in Las Vegas, Channel 8, and you'll see them ahead on the video. And I have some videos linked, but anyhow, it's not about that. But got on there and expressed, and my wife's like, oh my goodness, you're going to go on there, and now you're really not going to get paid. Because every day, back to POA, it was just progress, like most of us, and it was just glitches and flags showing up, and it was like a test we were taking. Meanwhile, most of us didn't know where our next, you know, if you were self-employed, you know, and me as a trainer, am I ever going to get my clients back? But I didn't want to fall into that trap. Being a cancer survivor, I said, no, I'm going to be strong. I'm going to get this resolved for everybody here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I drove to the governor's mansion. We drove up there, and well, my Italian temper was getting to me, and met with the chief of staff secretary, and voiced my thoughts, and just said the right things. And I got to tell you, not just me, not even close, a lot of other people, but I woke them up. No, I didn't get paid the next day, but all of a sudden, people started getting paid. it was amazing. It was like, wow, I had to pinch myself. I'm like, well, I was part of that, you know. The news and everything like that. My wife said, for sure now you're not going to get paid. Your name's all over the place. People were calling me up. Hey, Sal, Trainer Sal's on TV. You know, some people say, hey, won't you get involved with politics? No way. I thought about it, and I'm thinking, I got gray hair now, I'll have more. But anyhow, I want you guys to leave your comments. I told you it was going to be a little longer video. Leave your comments, and what were your thoughts on when it hit in your town, in your house in March? The toilet paper scene. What was that all about? That's another thing, real quickly. Stay tuned to this. As I was in Walmart or somewhere and just looking for toilet paper, and how people were grabbing each other and fighting, little old ladies and old men boxing it out. But then there was a lot of good people in line like myself, and 10 people in line, and a gentleman behind paid for everybody's, including mine. So there was the good, there was the bad. We're human. I'm not judging. That was another scary moment for me. I was like, wow. And then there was no water after the toilet paper. And then there was no meat. One steak. One little piece of steak, and it didn't even look good. And it's like, do I grab that last steak, or do I leave it for that elderly couple? I'm sure you've been there. Some sad times. But here's the story. Stand tall. Be strong. Here we are, and there's a light through the tunnel, right? And here, going back to the POA, look at where we're at now. We look back, and this is probably going to be the end in September, in all likelihood, right? Because we are, that light, we're seeing. It's there. A lot of us, including myself, we didn't think it might have been possible for that 5 minutes. I'm like, is this it? So, but there's toilet paper on the shelves. There's people out in the street. We're collecting unemployment. Most of us are getting paid from the year. There is, if you have lost your business, perhaps you start another business because you are strong. Perhaps you were working and laid off. You are strong, and you will find something else. We will rebound, right? So stay positive. We made it. We will continue to make it. Our loved ones, friends, and relatives would want us to. And that's where we're at. So, yeah, leave your comments. I'm right on along, but I just thought put this out there on the 2020 or 2020 and 2021 here, as we're still not completely out. But we are crawling, and now we started as a crawl, a walk. I would say we're in that jog motion, and we're going to be sprinting out of that tunnel. I'm Sal Capano. Leave your comments. Share this video. You know, it might be people out there that are still depressed. We're all different. I'm not here to judge. And maybe they need to hear a video like this. And tell them perhaps subscribing. I will be on here tomorrow. Be free for POA. I will be have my phone on, and I'll have a YouTube video. If there's any problems getting on to the POA or unemployment weekly claim tomorrow, leave comments. If I can't get to it, let's help each other out on the comments. And just briefly, what your problem is, we can work as a team on my channel. That's what we are, as a team. It's a team. It's not about me. It's about a team. We can all help out. All right. So with that said, tomorrow is another day. Say hello to somebody. I will see you on my next video. Thank you for watching. Ciao.